just because a lot of my friends are women doesn't mean that I'm not a dude. You know what I mean? I'm not like some weak Democrat, and I'm not some asshole Republican, and I'm certainly not a racist. So, like, this is called icicles. It's pretty dank, I guess. Like, if you want to hang out with me, that's fine. I'll hang out with you over the internet, because I don't really want to be the third wheel. Like, if you have a boyfriend or something, that doesn't, like, bar me from being your friend. In fact, we could probably be really good friends. If you're my buddy, fine. As long as we're not, like, hating on each other, that's fine. I don't care if you're a chick or a dude, you know what I mean? I don't even care if you're gay or black. It doesn't matter. Or a Republican. Like, if we're buddies, we can hang out all day over the internet. And I'll kick it with you, and might even do a video chat with you every once in a while. I don't really like video chats because I'm still here at Blip, and you're out there getting laid, and that makes me... I'm a human being, so I do feel jealousy. I just don't really like to talk about it much. So, I mean, if you want to hang out with me offline, probably not going to happen unless we pass the gate of a situation occurring, which is if there are women that I want to hook up with in that situation, I'm talking to the women, which would mean that the age phobia is gone and they're hot in between 18 and 24. So, like, you will wonder, like, why? Well, it's fertility, and I already said that a lot of my platonic friends are women, and I'm fine with that. A lot of them have boyfriends and husbands and stuff. It doesn't bother me, and I have all sorts of different kinds of friends. They're not all like me, you know what I'm saying? The situation is, we're on a date, or I'm getting laid. And dude, I'm not really here to fuck you in the asshole. You know what I mean? It's a little too tight. But like a date, like a traditional date for me would be myself and a chick having dinner together. It doesn't matter where. It could be McDonald's, it could be Churchill's. It depends on nothing. It depends on who pays. Not really. If she wants to buy, she'll buy. If I want to buy, I'll buy. It doesn't really matter. Conversation usually begins with one of us saying, "Hi, how are you?" over the internet. I don't like the dating sites much because they're age phobic, unless you have money. But I am on Tinder. And Plenty of Fish and OkCupid. I have dated plenty of Gen X, and the millennials were fucking mean to me, and you know Zoomers are what I like, college age, and I dated a baby boomer. We don't need to go through this over and over and over again in every video. I'm not an ageist. But women with me are usually like my best of friends. And I'm not saying I don't have my bros, because I do. I talk more with the women, though, because they're my best of friends. You know what I mean? But I am straight. And I can have a conversation without it turning sexual. Because they're my friends. You know what I mean? But if you want to meet me or something, the meeting has to be accidental. Because if it's planned and there's chicks there and they're what I'm into, well, I'm a dude. And I'm not here to be dealing with a bunch of shit in order to get laid or to get a phone number or something. You tell me I'm the dankest or the realist or a king or a delight. Well, prove it. Hook me up with a chick. I'm not here to listen to your shit talk. And I know that you don't mean it in a mean way or a way that is to gaslight or confuse me. But what I'm saying is that you will hook me up. And if not, our meetings are all accidental. So, like, that's one situation. And I'll give you $100. Like, if it's a date, a one-on-one, I'll give you $100 if the date goes well. It doesn't have to end with sex. You know what I mean? if it's a situation where she's my queen and she wants to fuck, then we make that perfectly clear. Otherwise, we're gonna have to. It can't be prostitution because that's illegal. But I will pay you for the hookup. Again, why I would need to when you're socialist leaning like I am seems a little hypocritical. So at that, I do feel that you're trolling me and gonna wait till the situation where you can trigger me, and I'll have to trigger you back, and it'll be a situation where I can't. So, like, I'm offering that $100 for the dinner conversation, but I want you to check yourself ethically and morally. Should I have to pay you when I am a poor person who lives at a homeless shelter with an EBT card, and we're all left wing of the Democrats? See the complication? Maybe you're in the same boat. That makes sense why you would need the $100. If you have more money than me in the bank, why do you need the $100 from a poor guy? You're coming in uncorrect like you're a Republican. I get that you might be a Democrat, but the whole capitalism of it makes me feel like you're Republican. It's ableism, or even classism. You're treating me like I have to pay you in order to get that dinner date. The other situation where I might hang out with you on an invite would be an accidental meeting. If there's chicks, I'm going to talk to the chicks if they're what I like, and we go do whatever if you wanted to. Another situation might be a plan where we hang out as a group. But again, at that, if it just the guys and it's an invite, I'm gonna say no, because I can just hang out with myself. I don't want this to become a bro-y situation. I don't like hanging out in groups unless it's mixed company anymore. I'm bored of that. I did that for 30 years with a lot of my buddies, and I just don't want to do it anymore. But I like you, and I think you're probably some good people. It just, you know, I will die someday, and I want to have children, and I want to get laid again. And I know for damn sure I don't have any diseases that would be passed on, like acid reflux, diabetes, which is not really even there because of the walking that I do and the food eating that I do. If you got to worry like a parent, don't start. The gastroesophageal reflux disease. I'll show you my new chart. But again, my medical business is my business. If I have to show you that, yeah, it's 2020. I understand that you might need to see that I don't have STDs. But if you don't know me by now to know that I'm trustworthy, are we really friends? Maybe I don't know the chick, you know what I mean? I'm willing to show you the thing, the medical thing, with an email, but I will do that prior to sex, not prior to date. I'll bring it on the date. I'll print it out and give it to you. Then you make the decision based on that, because I don't have anything that's going to pass on to you. I'll prove it, but I want the date first. Or we could just hook up and fuck. I'm down with that. I'm a dude. Anything in my teeth? I brushed them pretty good today. Ideal situation: joggers at the park, college-aged chicks. That's the A+. 18 to 24. There's also the scene. There's also like nerds. There's all sorts of things. What I'm saying is, like, my favorite joist here is the joggers at the park, college-age chicks, but to 24. But you know, I'm down for some scene, and I wouldn't talk to you unless. And also, nerds, I'm trying to figure out what the other ones are. Well, like the thug girls, the thug life out there, There's all sorts of situations. Rednecks. What I'm saying here is 18 to 24, but my favorite are joggers at the park level, cute college-age chicks. To 24, you know what I'm saying? A+. Being an atheist is the greatest thing ever, because no matter what you do, you can always say, that's the reason I'm an atheist. Like, if there's something that you don't like about a situation, all you really have to say is, that's why I don't believe in it. God. As your atheist God. Remember that you're a democratic socialist. I have less money than your boyfriend. I want to buy you some Autolanos or some Fire Pizza or maybe Sushi.com. If she's single, she can have $100, or a man in secret or someone in secret can have $100. Or you split it with her somehow. But as long as there's no sex at the end of this date, I want dinner with her alone. Otherwise, it's prostitution. If the next date is sexual, you don't get $100. So that would be 2. And I want 4 of these non-sexual dates. Just dinner dates. 1 a month. Each time $100 into your situation. Because if there's a date where there's sex, I'm not giving you money that month. And I'm only meeting you with you once a month for 4 months. And on the 5th month, if we do it, I'll go back to school. In the 6th month, I'll be in school a couple months from that. So in the 6th month, I'll hang out with you as much as you want. When I start up with school, I'll hang out with you when I have time, babe. But you gotta be 18 to 24, woman. I'm 40. I guess the studio is telling me that I'm 40. I'll be buying you dinner. The dinner will cost between $10 and $120 per person. So somewhere in that level each time. Most likely in the $40 per person. 1 a month for 4 months. 5 if you want me to go back to school. No sex. 6, I'll hang out with you as much as you want. And also we do that dinner date. But you'll only be getting money for the first 4 months because those are all non-sexual. The 5th, 6th, 7th, and then on, there'll be that dinner date from $10 to $120 per person. We'll do one of those a month. And on the 5th date, after that, my gift to you is I'll go back to school. The 4 non-sexual dates, you'll get $100 each date, plus that dinner. And by the 6th, we'll hang out and do that dinner date, and we'll hang out whenever you want.